The Garden Report is brought to you by FanDuel, the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a practice edition of the Garden Report. Celtics finally got a couple days off in a row here to do a full practice today as they get closer to full health with Drew Holiday back after the in-season tournament win. And Kristaps Porzingis inching closer toward a return. Would still expect that he'll miss tomorrow's game against the 76ers. But he rode the bike today, wearing a sleeve around that left calf injury. And as we posted on the Celtics All Access channel here, he did some light shooting before Tuesday's game. An in-season tournament win that had players feeling uncomfortable that night. Even Joe Mazzulla mostly focusing on apologizing to the Bulls for the way they handled the late game action there. But a little bit of a different reaction a couple of days removed from it here at practice. Mazzulla loving the way that they were able to handle and extend the lead in that game. Said he hopes that they can bottle that up in other situations, even without the in-season point differential being the inspiration to keep playing late in these games and avoid losing big leads as we've seen this team do in different spots. He said he had a conversation with Porzingis about how this felt more normal to Kristaps, having played in Spain and been involved in a tournament like this where point differential matters. Mazzulla talks about being a fan of the soccer versions of these championships where goal differential matters, and you know, you see some tensions arise in some of these spots as we did in different games in the NBA here. He also told a great story about how his dad, playing in one of these tournaments in Chile, had to score in their own basket to force overtime to get the differential that they needed. Here's him talking about that.
No, that was the right thing to do. Actually reminded me of a story. My dad played in Chile for 5 years, and they played the same aggregate best of two score differential. My dad's team was up 2 seconds, and the other team thought they needed to win by 6. But my dad's team was winning, so they purposely scored on their own basket so they could force it into overtime and try and win by 6. And so, to me, it's like you, by any means necessary, within the rules.
FanDuel is the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
So Joe loved it. Jalen talked today as well, critical of it Tuesday for the point differential. Said he loved the interest it generated and the competition that came about through it. Once again, saying that when the in-season tournament was created, players didn't hate it, didn't love it, really didn't have a strong opinion on it. He said he was more curious, not necessarily skeptical about it, but wanted to see how it would go. And overall, great reviews so far. Big games ahead, important teams, and a desire all around to win this thing, at least from the Celtics here. The way they played in that game was great. I loved it, had a lot of fun. We did a podcast last night with Brian Barrett talking about it. You can go check that out here on Celtics All Access. Jalen and Joe's interview here today on CLNS Media. Subscribe to both of those, and we'll have coverage tomorrow of Celtics 76ers, a big game with both teams tying 1-1. Their first 2 games in Philadelphia. Kelly Oubre could return on the Sixers side, which is interesting after that car accident sidelined him for several weeks. And the in-season tournament starts Monday, the bracket version of it, against the Pacers. There'll be a full weekend off for the team here, so I assume there'll be another practice here, and then potentially a return for Porzingis on Monday. We'll have all that and more here. And for now, this has been a practice edition of the Garden Report. I'm Bobby Manning here in Brighton.
You know, I've been looking for the best deal on Celtics tickets, and with over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports festivals, and more. You can use my code DREAMERSPRO for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code DREAMERSPRO. Make sure you check the link in the description to download the app.